Held in Metro Detroit, the Woodward Dream Cruise is self-claimed as the largest single-day automotive event in the world, taking place along the famed Woodward Avenue in the suburbs of the Motor City, stretching from Ferndale to the south and Pontiac to the north. Event-goers set up their tents early, and shortly after the sun rises on the third Saturday of August, you'll begin to see wave after wave after wave after wave of seamlessly never-ending beautiful automobiles from every generation. As the day goes on, the waves of smoothly flowing traffic turns into a parade-like event where participants line Woodward Avenue in both directions for as far as the eye can see. Drivers will show off their cars by doing burnouts, and if you're too scared to try, then they'll let you know about it on the sidelines. This is the Woodward Dream Cruise. I begin the video in the Oakland County suburb of Pontiac, Michigan, which is where the northern end of Woodward Avenue is. Some of you might know of Pontiac from the now demolished Pontiac Silverdome, where the Detroit Lions of the NFL used to play their home games. The Pistons of the NBA used to play there too for a short time, but from here, Woodward stretches for 25 miles to its starting point in downtown Detroit. For this video though, we only go to Ferndale, as that's as far as the event stretched. Since this video is mostly meant to be a sightseeing tour, I won't be saying much throughout this video. I will say that while editing this video, I was amazed at how many cars I saw and by the amount of moments that I captured that I couldn't leave out of this video. I mean, I've done this before, driving along Woodward during the Woodward Dream Cruise, but this is my first attempt at filming it, and when you have it on film, it gives you a first-hand view at just how many classic cars there are at this event. You can think of this, though, as an hour-long highlight reel of the event. It took me about 2 hours, but I was able to shrink it down to an hour. Up ahead, you'll see how crowded it is, but what's even crazier is that people say that this year's event was less crowded than usual, as a good chunk of people are still timid to take part in these large gatherings due to the ongoing pandemic. And by the way, really quick, don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you're new, as doing all of those things helps these videos destroy the evil monster that is the YouTube algorithm. Also make sure to hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time that I upload a new video. If you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy checking out some of the featured playlists on this channel. Videos with amazing insights and footage on other places like what you see here can be found in my Michigan playlist, my Detroit playlist, or in my Detroit Suburbs playlist. Last but not least, if you can't get enough of me on here, you can always go follow me on my other social media accounts, and those links are below. Plus, as this video goes on, if you agree with me that this footage looks amazing, make sure to check out the gear that I used through the links that I provided below. Anyway, Woodward Avenue is known as Detroit's Main Street, and in Detroit's heyday during the 1950s, drive-in restaurants and theaters lined Woodward, as Detroit has always had a huge automobile culture, as the big three automakers GM, Ford, and at the time Chrysler employed the majority of households in southeast Michigan. Nowhere else in the world made more automobiles than Detroit. However, the dozens of automobile-friendly businesses along Woodward Avenue in the 50s and 60s made it natural for people to cruise down Woodward. With that, the avenue has had a long history of street racing culture. The wide road that you still see today appealed to people starting in the 50s and 60s who were looking for street racing opportunities. Over time, the activity attracted the engineers of the big three automakers, GM, Ford, and Chrysler, and the automakers would begin to advertise their latest models along the roadway through the suburbs and the city. Not only that, but they would also test their latest muscle cars along Woodward. Some people would even tell you at the time that the street racing along Woodward was as good as you would find on any drag strip. The Woodward Dream Cruise is supposed to be a way to remember the beginning days of Detroit's car culture, and it's a way to continue to carry it on into future generations. The Dream Cruise first ran in 1995 as an effort by Nelson House and other volunteers to raise money for a children's soccer field in the Detroit suburb of Ferndale, which is just north of the city, and once again, it's where I am when the video ends. The event was a huge success, which allowed for it to continue, and it's safe to say that it will likely do so for many years to come, as it sees an average of 1.5 million visitors. But at this time, I'll stop talking and I'll catch up with you later so you can soak in a virtual experience of the Woodward Dream Cruise. And we're starting to get into the thick of things here as we enter Birmingham. There's not too much in comparison on the stretch between Pontiac and Birmingham compared to the stretch between Birmingham and Ferndale, which you'll see throughout the rest of this video. It's packed. Birmingham is one of the wealthiest suburbs of Detroit, and that's where we are now. And some of the earlier suburbs that we passed through, including Bloomfield Township and Bloomfield Hills, are also on the same level of Birmingham in terms of wealth. Birmingham has more of an urban feel, however, as Bloomfield Hills and Bloomfield Township are more spread out with houses on big lots. If you feel like I'm talking randomly in random spots at random times, well, that's because I am. I'm talking whenever there's music playing because, as you know, with YouTube, you can't be playing any music that is copyrighted, so I'm going to go ahead and continue talking over this music here. As you can see that there's a radio station set up here to the right promoting their station being a part of the event. There's several of these along the Woodward Dream Cruise that you'll see. Anyway, some of my favorite cars that I saw when I was out here have yet to be seen, as most of the action once again is between Birmingham and Ferndale, but I saw a lot of Corvettes. I'm a big Corvette guy. There's hardly ever a Corvette that I see that I don't like. I like a lot of the blue sports cars that we see throughout the video, and I also really liked some of the Lamborghinis that we saw. I only get a really good look at one of them, and it's an orange one, but you'll see it later. And don't get me wrong, I'm not like an expert where I can identify every single car that I see. I'm just a fan of cars. At this point, we're about halfway through Birmingham, but as you've been able to see, maybe not right now, but in previous clips and in future clips, all kinds of hijinks and hilarity along the Woodward Dream Cruise. Here we come up upon a nice little cluster of classic cars grouped up here at the side of this condo complex in Birmingham. You have the parking garage to a larger complex right by it. But yeah, Birmingham is full of nice condos for wealthy people to live in, plenty of bigger houses, but it has an urban feel unlike the other places like I was talking about with Bloomfield Hills and Bloomfield Township. Birmingham is a highly desirable place for people with money in the area. Wouldn't surprise me if many of the Birmingham residents have their cars out here today, as they can definitely afford to have nice cars. Nice little group of white Corvettes up here to the right, but why do they all gotta be white? Why can't there be a black one in there too? Come on, so racist. So we've been driving for about an hour at this point, but on a normal day, we would have been able to have driven all the way to downtown and back along Woodward probably at this point, but since it's so crowded with the Dream Cruise, we're only able to go about 5 miles per hour. So if you ever decide to come to future events of the Woodward Dream Cruise, just come to expect that if you plan on driving. And as we come across some more music, nothing wrong with that by the way, it's just the way YouTube is. I can't play any copyrighted music. Nonetheless, here's some facts about Woodward Avenue, I suppose. In 1999, Woodward Avenue was designated as a pure Michigan byway along with a National Scenic Byway, and in 2009, the road was upgraded to an All-American road. Now that is one hell of a Corvette. By the way, if I ever make it to big time baller YouTuber status, one of the first things that I'm ever gonna buy is gonna be a brand new Corvette. Love those things. Of course, it's fine if I don't ever get there, I can be happy otherwise, but if I do, it would be sweet, and a Corvette is going to be something that I get. Tent setups are pretty typical for this event, as it's held during one of the warmest times of the year for southeastern Michigan. On this particular day in 2021, it was about 90 degrees throughout the day. It was a beautiful day, but it was 90 degrees, and if you're just going to be sitting around outside, it can definitely get pretty hot outside. The Woodward Dream Cruise originated from Ferndale, if you missed what I said earlier, as in 1995, locals put up a fundraiser to help build a soccer field by putting together a dream cruise. And so Ferndale has always been thought of as the center of this event, even though it's at the very tail end of the cruise. A lot of people will just say that this is where the cruise starts, heading north through Royal Oak, Birmingham, and all the way to Pontiac. In recent years, we have seen the event start going down into Detroit some. It would be pretty epic if it could go all the way to downtown Detroit, but maybe one day can do that. I now end the driving portion of this video. However, since this video is already long, I decided to fill up the rest of this video with short clips of drone footage and other things that I was able to capture, such as Mustang Alley, which takes place along 9 Mile Road in downtown Ferndale during the event. Officials will close off 9 Mile to vehicle traffic in Ferndale, as Mustangs will line the street. When I was able to get there, most of the Mustang drivers had already removed their vehicles from the alley, but there were still a few left. Nonetheless, in this video, you saw why Detroit still is and always will be the Motor City. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, as doing all of those things helps these videos destroy the evil monster that is the YouTube algorithm. Also, make sure to hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time that I upload a new video. If you enjoyed this video, you might enjoy checking out some of the featured playlists on this channel. Videos with amazing insights and footage on other places like what you saw here can be found in my Detroit playlist, my Detroit suburbs playlist, or in my Michigan playlist. Last but not least, if you can't get enough of me on here, you can always go follow me on my other social media accounts, and those links are below. We'll see you next time. Peace!